welcome back to the Drivers Room. We're in the Sunday League again today for the final race of Season 3. This is round 8 of Tier 1. We're racing at the Red Bull Ring today in the Mazda RX 500s. Everyone is on racing soft tyres today. Let's see how qualifying went. Pole position today we have Mungino. He's 13th in the championship at the moment with 34 points. Only 4 appearances made this season so far from Mung. With 2 poor results in the opening 2 rounds, he redeemed himself with a good podium drive in round 5 and sticks it on pole for the final race of the season. In second place today we have Martin B. He's second in the championship at the moment, 140 points, 8 points off the top of the table at the moment after a difficult race last round. Needs to finish above Alex today and better his round 7 result to pretty much guarantee the title. See how he gets on from second today. In third position today we have Flapjack. He's 4th in the table at the moment on 77 points. A good result today. Could see Flapjack in contention for 3rd place in the championship overall. Just a few points behind Mercer in the table. And with Desla not racing today, he's definitely cemented 4th place at the least. In 4th place today we have Alex. He's our championship leader at the moment on 148 points. Has an 8-point cushion over Martin at the moment, but needs to beat him on track today and better some previous results from the season if he is to reclaim the DRSL championship. 3 wins in a row now for Alex as he takes this fight to the final round of the season. 5th place on the grid today we have myself, DJ Rice, 7th in the table at the moment with 68 points. Level on points with Sean after a solid 4th place finish last round, but in a good position to take 5th place overall today, as this will be my 6th appearance of the season. 6th on the grid today we have Mr. Sean. He's 6th in the championship at the moment, level on points with myself on 68. Similar position to myself where he can claim 5th today, so needs to beat myself by a few positions today if he's going to do that and improve on his 6-point haul from the last round. 7th place on the grid today we have Canny. He's 15th in the table at the moment on 29 points, but has only made 4 appearances so far this season. Only 6 points separating 15th to 10th place in the table going into the final round, so a good result today should see Canny make up some spots in the championship. In 8th place today we have Bullet. 16th in the championship at the moment on 23 points, has only made 3 appearances so far this season, having not raced since round 3. Good to see Bullet back on the grid, qualifying in the midfield today, see how he gets on. 9th place on the grid today we have Wilco. He's 8th in the championship at the moment on 61 points, 10 points above Rocker in the table and 7 points behind myself, so looks set to retain 8th place in the championship with Rocker qualifying a little bit further back in the grid today. See how it gets on from 9th. In 10th place today we have MJR Mercer. He's 3rd in the championship at the moment on 95 points. Has a cushion to Flapjack at the minute, but has lots to do from 10th today if he is to retain his 3rd place in the championship and improve his 10-point haul from round 6. 11th on the grid today we have Merck. 10th in the championship at the moment on 35 points. Only 5 appearances made so far this season, so all points scored today will count towards his season total. Needs to make up some places today, starting from 11th. In 12th place today we have Rocker. He's 9th in the championship at the moment on 51 points. Looks set for a 9th place finish overall as well, as he has a 16-point cushion over his brother Merck in 10th place. So he's starting a grid slot behind him today, but looks to have done enough this season to beat his brother. In 13th place today we have Kamaru. This will be his first appearance in the DRSL this season for King Kim, starting towards the back row today. Let's see how he gets on. 14th on the grid today we have Muller. 11th in the championship at the moment with 36 points. Only 5 appearances so far this season for Muller, so like a few drivers, all points scored today will go towards his season total. Finds himself in a very tight battle between 10th and 15th in the championship. Has a lot to do from the back today. That was our grid walk for today, the final race of season 3 tier 1. A few mentions, we've got Mungino making his 50th tier 1 appearance in the Sunday League, looking for his 15th top 5 finish. Bullet also making his 50th Tier 1 appearance, and Merck making his 20th Tier 1 appearance, looking for his top 10 finish. Let's see how we get on. Here we are, and about to get underway for the final race of the season. Championship coming down to this race between Martin B and Alex, but we have Mungino on pole, and we have a very fast driver and Flapjack in third place. Could they play a role in the championship fight? But we're all away cleanly, so Mungino's retaining first place into the first corner, but Martin B does have the inside of turn 1. Mungino does hold on to that place for now, but I think he's got a brake pedal glitch there. I was saying, see the brake lights were still glowing on the exit of turn 1. He's lost an incredible amount of momentum, and this could be Martin B up into first place, as Flapjack had a really good start as well. Again, Martin B with the inside, and does slot his car into first place. You've got myself up into third, Alex in fourth. Yeah, Mungino down to fifth, under pressure from Bullet now as well. Mr. Sean in 7th, Merck in 8th, Canny in 9th, MJR Mercer in 10th. So MJR Mercer does need to make some places up today. He's going to retain that third position in the championship. You've got Rocker in 12th, Muller just making a move on Kamaru there, moving himself up to 14th, up to 13th, sorry, Kamaru down to 14th. We've got Martin B out in the lead of the race now, Alex down in 4th. This will be enough, obviously only a minute into the race, but things finish as they stand now. Martin B will be crowned champion, so Alex has to get a move on. He's got myself and Flapjack in 2nd and 3rd now, and this is myself taking a look at Flapjack. That's into the braking zone, and Flapjack hangs that nicely round the outside, and that's Alex taking a look round the outside as well. So Alex really needs to get on with this here. Flapjack retaining 2nd place for now. Myself in 3rd, Alex in 4th, Mungino still in 5th. Pulled a little bit of a gap back to Bullet now in 6th, who is under pressure from Mr. Sean. It looks like Alex has had a really good exit out of turn 1, the start of lap 2. As the cars pull side by side. Looks like Alex may well be a car length in front there, just about, as he sweeps through turn 2 and up into 3rd place now. Flapjack, the next man down the road. Drops myself back to 4th, under pressure from Mungino now, as Mr. Sean and Bullet are side by side on track now. And this is Mr. Sean up into 6th place. Bullet not letting this go. Side by side again as I go through this left-hander. Mr. Sean doing just enough there, slotting to 6th place. Bullet down to 7th now. You've got Mercer up into 8th place. Just lost that place now to Merck, so a lot of positions changing in the midfield. As this battle for 3rd, 4th, so you've got myself back up to 3rd now, so Flapjack's falling back down to 5th. Mungino up to 4th, myself back up into 3rd place. Alex getting on with it now, chasing down Martin B as he goes purple on that lap. 141.9, 141.7, 2 tenths quicker on that last lap. You see Flapjack's pulling out of the slipstream there into turn 1. So Mr. Sean doing just about enough to hold on to that position, but it looks like Bullet's got a good run. Bullet's had a very good run, gets a car length ahead before the braking zone in turn 2 by the looks of it. Bullet and Sean carry on their battle for 6th and 7th, and you've got a little bit of spread between 3rd, 4th and 5th now. Bullet in 6th place, leading this group of cars, as you've got Merck closing the gap up to Mr. Sean now as well. Mercer right right behind in 9th place. Very, very close racing again in the Sunday League. It's got Rocker in 10th, closely followed by Canny in 11th. Muller up into 12th place now. Wilco down in 13th. Kamara at the back in 14th. Martin B doing enough at the moment to maintain a reasonable gap over Alex in 2nd. Myself in 3rd, Mangino still in 4th. Flapjack in 5th. Looks like Bullet has pulled away a little bit as Mr. Sean falling back through the grid. There's Merck, makes another place up into 7th now. There's Mercer right on the back of Mr. Sean. May well have a look into turn 1 here. Not quite close enough yet. Mr. Sean stays in 8th, Rocker in 10th, still closely followed by Canny as Muller starts to close the gap up to these two. Canny getting a good toe down this straight now, but don't think he's close enough to make the move into turn 2. Rocker sweep through. Stay in 10th place for now. So myself in 3rd still, just dropping off the back of Alex a little bit. As you see, Mangino starting to close the gap again. 3rd, 4th and 5th start to bunch up a little bit. 1:41.3 from Martin on that last lap, so he responded to Alex's pressure straight away. So doing a good job to maintain that gap if things finish as they are now. I do believe Martin will take the championship. So we'll see how this pans out. Myself still holding on to 3rd place. 1:41.6 from Alex, 1:40.9 from Martin B on that last lap. He's really putting the hammer down now. I've not seen many drivers take the fight to Alex in the Sunday League like I'm seeing at the moment, but Martin B absolutely on it today, showing a very good turn of pace. 3rd, 4th and 5th still running close together, and a little bit further back, I think just missed MJR Mercer moving up into 8th place now as well. Merck still running well in 7th. Bullet just about maintaining a gap. Mercer up to 8th now. Mr. Sean down to 9th. Rocker still just about ahead of Canny, as is to continue their battle for 10th and 11th. Muller right behind these two now. A bit of an untidy exit out of that last corner. And 3rd, 4th and 5th all lapping around 1:41s. Slow lap for myself. Higher 1:41 on that last lap. Mid 1:41 for the race leaders. Like Flapjack's had a good exit out of turn 1. Mangino having to go a little bit defensive here, but Flapjack getting the toe from myself up ahead. So a little bit of ghost in there, nearly a bit of contact, but Mangino doing enough to retain 4th place. Over in a bit of pressure from Flapjack at the moment. This has allowed, you see, instantly allowed myself to open up a gap, and that is Flapjack taking another look there as he takes the inside, Sweeps in front, that's a bold move there, but up into 4th place now for Flapjack. Mangino back down to 5th. Giving myself a little bit of breathing room out front now. And Mercer and Sean 6-7, so I think Merck's had an incident somewhere. Let's take a look back. So just joining the action a little bit further back. Merck was on a real charge, putting Bullet under pressure. Both these guys running in 5th and 6th, just as we were watching Flapjack overtake Mangino. But the exit of this corner here, you just see Bullet run a little bit wide, and Merck just follows suit. They both collide. We see Mercer and Mr. Sean moving up into 6th and 7th respectively. Merck recovering in 8th. Bullet falling back even further and getting swamped by this fight behind now, as that is Muller and Rocker making their way through. And Canny as well, so Bullet falling right back to 12th place now. And yeah, so Mercer and Mr. Sean making up a couple of places there. Exactly what Mercer needs. He's got Flapjacks 2 places ahead of him in the race now. I'm not too sure how the maths are going to work out, but we'll make sure we're doing an announcement and a readout of the table at the end of this race. But Martin B still doing more than enough, 41 flat on that last lap, 41.9, so pulled another second to Alex in 2nd place, really stamping his authority today. Myself still running in 3rd. Flapjack's managed to close that gap up straight away, 42. Similar lap times on that last lap though. Flapjack starts to hunt myself down in 3rd. You've got Mr. Sean putting MJR Mercer under pressure by the looks of it. Looks like Muller's really closed the gap up to Merck as well. So Muller's starting to find a bit of pace as this race goes on. Personal best 43.6 on the last lap, and very close to Merck in front. Canny still in tow in 10th. Looks like Canny's got ahead of Rocker somewhere. Rocker down to 11th now. Bullet in 12th. Wilco 13th, and Kamaru in 14th. Back to this fight for 6th and 7th. As you've got MJR Mercer, Mr. Sean running side by side now. Mr. Sean round the outside, gets the job done, moves himself up into 6th now. See if Mercer can fight back. A little bit further up the road. Myself having a poor exit out of turn 1 there. Under pressure from Flapjack, just trying to cover the right hand side of the track. I think Flapjack's going to get himself in front before the braking zone. He hangs it round the outside, both giving each other enough space there. Flapjack through and up into 3rd place. Did compromise my exit in turn 2. Might have just done enough to retain my position over Mangino, but no, that is Mangino up into 4th place on the graphic. And on track, so Mangino up into 4th, myself losing a couple of places there, down to 5th place now. 13 minutes of this race gone. Mr. Sean doing enough to hold on to 6th place for now. Was his grid starting position. Merck starts to get back up to speed. See if he can trouble Mercer and Mr. Sean up ahead. Can he doing enough to stay ahead of Muller at this stage of the race? Bullet still at the back of this 4-car fight. We'll go a little bit further down the road, 13th. Kamaru still running in 14th. So first race back for Kamaru in a long while. I think he had a bit of a sabbatical from the driver's room. And yeah, can't wait to see him back on a regular basis in the Sunday League. Anyway, back with the lead of the race, Martin B. Looking pretty untouchable at the moment. Similar lap times on that last lap between first and second place. So yeah, Martin doing more than enough at this stage of the race. Doing all he can to retain his championship and make it back-to-back Tier 1 Sunday League championship wins for Martin. So first opening 3 rounds Martin won, the last 3 rounds Alex has won. Yeah, it's all come down to this race, but it's coming up to the halfway point now. Martin B looks like he's in the driver's seat, so to speak. This battle continuing for 3rd and 4th. Looks like I've dropped off the back a little bit in 5th place now. As Mr. Sean and MJR Mercer continuing their battle for 6th and 7th, running side by side again. And Mercer around the outside had a lot of oh, he's out on the grass, just a little bit too wide around that corner, just asked a little bit too much from the tyres there, I feel. As he's going to get swamped by this battle behind now, as everyone coming through cleanly and at full speed, and Mercer falling down to 12th place. Really good battle there with Sean, but yeah, just couldn't get the grip round the outside of that corner, just out onto the sand. So Mr. Sean in 5th place. So I've got myself pitting from 5th. Have I done enough to come out and so rejoin the race? First man to pit this race. Looking at the fuel levels though, the top drivers still, as this battle for 4th and 3rd carries on. I'll leave it on this while I waffle, but the fuel levels look okay to go to the end. It's just a matter of tyre wear, so this could well be a no-stop race for a lot of these drivers. I'd imagine the top drivers, Martin's got absolutely no reason to pit. Alex might choose to, just to try and switch up the strategy, because he is losing time to Martin at the moment. He was a little bit quicker on that last lap, but to be fair, Monkino up into 3rd place now, Flapjack in 4th. Yeah, I don't think these drivers have to stop again. So I had nothing to lose in 5th. I managed to make my stop and rejoin the track in 5th place. We'll see what the drivers do around me now. There's Merck running in 6th. When did that happen? Let's take a look back. So yeah, it's just shortly after. You see myself rejoining the track up ahead there. Merck really close to Mr. Sean in the exit turn 1. And round the outside of turn 2. Worn tyres as well, very brave move there, just about keeps it on track and just about keeps the power down, and gets himself in front. So a good move there from Merck, up into 6th, Mr. Sean down to 7th now, finds himself in another battle. Can he start to close the gap up in 8th, setting his personal best for the race? Can he really starting to find his form and dial the car in this stage of the race? Got a very quick driver in Muller behind, also setting his PBs of the race. Rocker also. All these guys starting to find a bit of pace at the midway point of the race. Obviously the car's getting lighter, but tyre wear kicking in. Also a little bit of contact there between Mercer and Bullet. 11th and 12th, you've got Mr. Sean pitting from what was 6th place. Not many other drivers choosing to pit, so just myself and Mr. Sean, the only cars on track to have pitted. And Flapjack has a sizable gap over myself, so generally has no reason to pit unless I start putting in some alarmingly quick lap times. The tap tyre management pretty good for these guys up front. A little bit better for Mungino than Alex, as Alex has had, I don't know if he's had an issue. 42.7 that last lap, so Mungino over a second quicker on that last lap. I think Alex just starting to struggle now with the tyre wear a little bit. So yeah, definitely he may as well pit. So Martin's running away with this race. Alex losing time as it is. Maybe he's hoping Martin will pit. I don't know, but falling back towards Mungino now. As obviously pole sitter, Mungino's got a lot of pace. Looks like he wants that second place. Flapjack falling back a little bit in fourth. Myself in a lot of clean air in fifth place. It's out of interest, see what sort of lap time I've set. So yeah, 42 for messy opening flying lap on the fresh rubber, so not making that work at all. Merck crosses the line in sixth place. Canny Muller close behind, 7th and 8th. Walker a little bit further back, 9th, and MJ Mercer in 10th. So Sean rejoining the race right at the back of the pack. Bullet in 11th, Wilco in 12th, Mr. Sean in 13th, Kamaru 14th. Just over 10 minutes of this race to go now. We'll see if that does pay off. As even with tyre wear, race leader still high 141s, low 1 minute 42s. 41.1 from Mungino on that last lap, so absolutely on it at the moment. Again, Alex and Mungino start getting into a bit of a fight. Will allow Flapjack to close that gap up again, and hopefully for my sake, all three of them get into a battle. It allows me to close up in fifth, but absolutely miles behind at the moment. Generally relying on the guys in front to make a pit stop, but they all go through to complete another lap. And Mungino still close to the bumper of Alex. An untidy exit. The most popular place on track to make an overtake in between turns 1 and 2, and that is Mungino up into second place now, as you've got Muller pitting further back. And yeah, Mungino up into second, Alex in third place now, Flapjack in fourth, myself in fifth, Merck in sixth, Canny in seventh, still putting Merck under a fair bit of pressure. So it looks like he's got a good run out of the exit of turn 1 as well. So takes a little bit of a look to the inside, Merck goes semi-defensive, so they go through the braking zone. Merck was positioning his car well. Canny just can't find a way through at the moment. And Joe Mercer running in 8th place now after Muller and Mr. Sean pitting. Bullet running in 9th, Rock in 10th, Wilco 11th, close behind. Mr. Sean in 12th now, Muller in 13th, Kamaru in 14th. Back to Canny's fight with Merck. Getting caught out in a huge incident earlier with Bullet, compromising his race quite a bit. But nevertheless, this is Canny taking another look now as Merck tries to give him a bit of a squeeze. Canny straight up the inside, moves up into 6th place there. So yeah, Canny looking quick at this stage of the race as they both run wide through the final corner. So yeah, see if Canny can weather the pressure and maintain that 6th position. keep an eye on Mr. Sean and Muller. Both these guys out on the fresh rubber now as well. Again, out to the leader race might be 141.7 on that last lap. Mangino 141.5, so Mangino's definitely got a lot of pace at this stage of the race as the car becomes a lot lighter, a bit more nimble. Alex 143.5 from Alex, definitely dropping off the pace now. 142.2 from Flapjack, so Mangino starting to disappear down the road a little bit from these two. Flapjack looks to be closing the gap to Alex up ahead. Myself in 5th, not up to much at all. So I've done enough. 5th position will be a good result for me, to be fair. I've had a bit of an up and down season. Canny running in 6th, he has opened up a little bit of a gap to Merck already. As Merck running wide there again. So it was Mercer that ran wide there the first time, wasn't it? That's Mercer running in 8th place, Bullet still in 9th. Rocker dropping off a little bit off the back of Bullet now. Wilco in 11th, Mr. Sean starting to close that gap up pretty quickly. Now to Wilco out in front, as that tyre wear will be costing them a bit of time. Not many drivers opting to pit today. Just over 5 minutes of the race left to go now. See if they can hold on to their positions. And Mr. Sean and Muller starting to close the gap up. Flapjack still all over the back of Alex at the moment. Just about keeps it on track there, but yeah, Flapjack could do with a third place finish today. So it does seem set, like he's in a good position to take third overall in the championship. Will be very, very close between himself and MJR Mercer. I don't know the exact calculations off the top of my head, but it should be interesting. But anyway, we've got Muller at the back now, just taking a look at Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean has been closing the gap up to Wilco up ahead, but now finds himself going on the defensive a little bit. Muller just not close enough there. He had a little bit of a look, but couldn't quite get his car in a position it needed to be in. Really starting to struggle now with those front tyres, just not getting that initial bite on turning as Muller moves offline to get a move done on Mr. Sean, moves himself up into 12th before turn 1, and he'll have the toe of Wilco up ahead. So they'll come through there clear, bunch up a little bit, but should be interesting into turn 2 now, as Wilco goes a little bit defensive. It's Muller on the outside. He should have the grip. It goes for a cutback rather than a move on the outside. He'll have good momentum here, so yeah, good move there from Muller up into 11th. He could have gone round the outside, but could have got forced wide with understeering Wilkinator. But Muller up into 12th and Sean Muller up into 11th, Sean up into 12th. Wilco just unable to defend at this stage of the race. Kamara not that far behind in 14th. I can't actually remember if you see that overtake, but Flapjack up into 3rd now. We've got Alex really struggling with that tyre wear in 4th place. So I don't know if 4th place will be enough to take the championship. We'll see after the race, myself in 5th, Kenny 6th, Merck in 7th, MJR Mercer in 8th, Bullet in 9th, Rocker, Bullet in 10th, Rocker in 9th, but Rocker makes a move at the start of lap 17, moves himself up into 9th place, Bullet down to 10th now, Muller and Mr. Sean on the fresh tyres in the 11th and 12th. I've got to be looking to make up another 2 places as this race comes to a close. Yeah, Muller and Sean could end up in the top 10 here, displacing Rocker and Bullet. Maybe, I think we'll get one more lap in after this. Nearly 50% worn, that front left of Bullet at the moment. So going through right-handers, especially the last 2 corners of the lap, really going to put a bit too much stress on that front left, I think. See how Muller just needs to position his car well. Looks like he's had a better exit already as he takes the inside. Should be pretty comfortable move here. There's a very respectful driving, both giving each other enough room. And Muller making the move up into 10th place now. Let's pull it down to 11th. See if Mr. Sean can do anything from 12. Wilco 13th, Kamara in 14th. 5 seconds of this race left to go now. This will be the last lap. Martin B out in the lead of the race, pretty much. I wouldn't say start to finish, but once he got out in front, he hasn't relinquished that position, and been absolutely on it, very, very consistent, and looks set for his 4th win of the season, I believe. And again, I'll have a talk through the finishing positions after the race. Might be coming through now, final corner, final race of season 3. Might be takes the checkered flag, takes the win. Congratulations Mungino, great race in the end, had a lot of battles, brings it home in 2nd place pretty comfortably in the end from Flapjack in 3rd. Final podium spot for Flapjack, may well have done enough to take 3rd in the championship, as you got Alex and myself really close together towards the end of the race, but Alex doing enough to hold on to 4th, myself in 5th. Kenny looks like he's going to bring it home in 6th place, clean air. Merck in 7th, MJR Mercer in 8th, Muller up into 9th now, Bullet in 10th, and will Bullet do enough to hold on to 10th position? Come round the final 2 corners, and nice and tidy. Yeah, Bullet doing enough to retain 10th there. Mr. Sean in 11th, Wilco in 12th, Kamara in 13th. So Rocker's had an incident somewhere on the last lap. Rocker down to 14th, Kamara making a place on the last lap. But yeah, that was the final race of season 3. So after another exciting season in the Drivers' Room Sunday League, Tier 1 champion again, Martin B, congratulations mate, doing enough in the final round to take the championship by 8 points in the end. So obviously Alex's 4th place finish, not enough to better any of his past results. So Martin B, back-to-back Drivers' Room Sunday League champion, congratulations. Other mentions, Mercer doing enough in the end to hold on to 3rd place in the championship by a single point in the end, finishing on 85 points, with Flapjack in 4th on 84 points. So just that 3rd place finish, podium finish for Flapjack in the final race, just not enough to take 3rd spot in the championship. But that was the Drivers' Room Sunday League. We'll see you in season 4.